The esteem with which a leader is held by his people is largely defined by his character, his deliverables on mandate entrusted on him to chart their path and perhaps administer their commonwealth. Trust, therefore, is the key element here.
My first commitment to the people and to that oath that I took, and I had told my people before now that by the special grace of God, I'm going to work for them and work with them until the very last day, May 28, 2023. And that's why we stayed focused on the programs that we have already mapped out for our people.
Oil-rich Delta State is in South Nigeria. It is governed by Senator Dr. Arthur Okowa. He has held the reins of power since May 29, 2015, when he was inaugurated as governor after winning election in March 2015 on the platform of the People's Democratic Party (PDP). Presently, he aspires to become Nigeria's vice president in 2023, going in a joint ticket with Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, the presidential candidate of the party. For the ambition, an important question is germane. Has Senator Okowa put enough points in his scorecard to warrant Deltans and indeed Nigerians' trust and support for his ambition to become Nigeria's number 2 citizen?
There is no doubt that if he moves up to the position of Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, he's going to translate those achievements that we have experienced in Delta up to the national level. And teaming up with personality like Atiku will definitely showcase the experience and the quality of leadership that he has exhibited in Delta.
The people have spoken. However, let's advance the argument a little further by examining some building blocks and foundations laid by Senator Okowa to buttress the people's testimonies that have helped define his administration. Recently, King Charles of England criticized United Kingdom's lack of vocational education in schools, which he described as a great tragedy. He had said that he would like to see young people learn technical skills in schools, as not everyone is wired for academics. The argument is even more compelling in Nigeria, where the abandonment of vocational training, the route to skills acquisition, and a key component of human capital development has rendered most youths unemployable, and which to a large extent is responsible for the staggering unemployment figures in Nigeria. According to National Bureau of Statistics (NBS) in its recent report, unemployment in Nigeria currently stands at 33%. This is unacceptable.
The whole idea was to look at statistics of our youth, look at the level of migration, look at why there is a rural-urban drift. And we narrowed down to search for white-collar job. So we decided to rejig the entire system, and that's why the expansion of technical colleges. We are running technical education and vocational education and entrepreneurship across our tertiary institutions.
Thankfully, Governor Okowa knew this a long time ago. Thus, to avoid the pitfall responsible for this unsavory unemployment narrative, he adopted a pragmatic approach in tandem with King Charles's thinking to tackle the challenge. He opted to empower the youths through vocational training that equips them with skills, thus increasing their employability status. The scheme began modestly and burgeoned into magnificence, becoming the toast of youth empowerment programs across the country. The program in Delta has many strands, all targeted at developing young boys and girls, women, and even widows. At the last count, no fewer than 20,000 beneficiaries had emerged from the schemes, which include Skills Training Entrepreneurship Program (STEP), Youth Agricultural Entrepreneurs Program (YAGEP), Rural Youth Skills Acquisition Program (RISA), Girls Empowerment and Skills Training Program (GEST), and Women Empowerment and Skills Acquisition Program (WESAP). These schemes have created entrepreneurs, job creators, and employers of labor.
I've never felt this joy ever since I lost my hobby. Wow, Okowa is a godsend. Wow, I'm very, very sure now that I can take care of my 5 kids without no help from anywhere.
If you go to the market now, these things are actually very expensive. Industrial machine, manual machines, generator. Because if I was going to buy them, you know now, how long I would save to buy them.
Thank you so much, Pastor Ifeanyi Okowa. We love you.
To further boost skills acquisition and vocational training, the Okowa-led government revamped and re-equipped existing 6 technical colleges in the state and approved 19 new ones to bring the number of the colleges to 25, translating to 1 in each of the 25 local government areas in the state. About 5 of the new ones have been completed and ready for use. However, the Asaba Model Technical College is the only one commissioned as at press time.
It is my singular honor and privilege to commission this technical college. In every aspect of our human endeavor in this country, we have our thinking that can move us forward. So I want to thank the governor for this initiative. Even before we have a formal review of our educational system, he has decided to review the educational system in Delta State.
I like my school because they teach vocational trainings. It's one of the biggest schools I've seen so far in Delta State, and I'm very happy to be a candidate of Model Technical College Asaba. Governor, we thank you, we love you, you live long. May God bless you and you see generations to come in Jesus' name.
As Senator Okowa continues his drive towards leaving Delta State better than he met it, especially for his passion to develop human capital, his administration has built additional primary and secondary schools, taking the numbers from 1,114 and 483 in 2015 to 1,140 and 489 primary schools and secondary schools respectively, rehabilitated existing ones, and equally established 3 new universities in the state.
Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, to win academic, he is an academic administrator par excellence. Even though he's a medical doctor, he acts and behaves as if his calling is for the educational sector.
The inability of some people to see and recognize the contributions of Senator Okowa to the growth and development of Delta State does not in any way vitiate the fact. Majority of Deltans agree that the governor has done well in infrastructure development, naysayers' positions notwithstanding. For instance, the Asaba International Airport that was downgraded to a Category 3 airport and made dormant shortly before Okowa's government was inaugurated in May 2015 is today a pride to Deltans. Okowa turned the airport around, giving it a brand new international standard runway, calibrated ILS facility and other accompanying facilities, causing the National Civil Aviation Authority (NCAA) to inevitably remove the downgrade tag on the airport. Okowa put icing on the airport's upgrade with its concessioning.
The best way to go with our airports is to concession them into private hands. Delta State took up the challenge. They dialogued with us in the ministry, and they decided that they are going to concession the Asaba Airport, being fully guided by the ICRC, which is the Infrastructure Concession Regulatory Commission, and the ministry, and they're able to put this to reality.
With the upgrade of the airport, businessmen and women from neighboring states have taken advantage of the upgrade of the Asaba International Airport. This has increased their traveling experience and has boosted the client base of the airport.
With the concession, there have been new business tripping into the airport. The people managing it now, they know how to set the airport where that is going to contain anybody that wants to set up any business around.
It's pretty decent here when you compare it to all airports in Nigeria. It's quite clean, well kept, well maintained. Kudos to Governor Ifeanyi Okowa for the initiative of concessioning the airport to professionals to run it.
Peace and security is the fertile ground on which prosperity grows. So, to ensure prosperity for all Deltans and non-Deltans alike, Governor Okowa has invested heavily in meaningful peace and security by instituting diverse peace-building committees and strengthening all security architectures in the state.
Our governor, Senator Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, is finishing very strong. He's a man that has been running an all-inclusive government, and he has also created the ambience for peaceful coexistence. And the security condition of the state has been top-notch. You can't take that away from him. So he has done massively well.
Following remarkable strides Delta State has recorded in sports in Okowa's tenure, the state was given the hosting rights for the 21st National Sports Festival. The Games, which was successfully hosted and won by the state's contingent, which dominated the competition, ended on December 10, 2022. To host the festival seamlessly, the governor installed new facilities and upgraded existing ones.
For the governor to fight to bring this festival down to the state, then it really means well for the state. You see this track? This is the first in Nigeria. It's a new technology, not more than 2 years in the world. And the governor decided to bring such a thing to Nigeria so that our athlete can enter the next level. So you see, it's a big thing. Even me, as I did now, I feel like to run again.
It is important to state that the state government consolidated on the gains of hosting Africa during the Confederation of African Athletics CAA Championship in 2018, which exposed Delta State's tourism potentials by investing in a twin project of Film Village and Leisure Park. It is a tourist delight as the facility houses so much in leisure, including a zoo, while the Film Village has already been dubbed Integrated Nollywood Complex, as everything needed for filmmaking, acting and production is available in the village.
This is a very good decision to build up a large and modernized park in this area. It will develop as much as possible to let the people enjoy a good life.
Before now, most roads in Delta were impassable, especially during the rainy season on account of floods. One such example is Okpanam Road and many others in Asaba metropolis. With the construction of the storm drainage project and desilting of gutters and rivers around the city, the menacing floods have been checked and the city has become more habitable.
Before I left for the US, I lived in Asaba here. I have watched it very well. Okowa has shown a very good prudence in most of the things he has been doing. Each time I come, there's a change, and mostly the road area. The interconnection of other roads have been so tremendously well done. I can talk about the drainage. He's done well.
The roads were terrible. The drainages were not just there. If it rains in Okpanam Road at that time, you're just in a mess because you will not be able to traverse it. But happily, one of the first things His Excellency did around Okpanam community was to do that storm drainage from where they call Akpo Junction, so that all the cover of the place when it rains finds its escape route. All the roads have been tarred, not just tarred, but with good drainages.
Warri, Efru and other cities have benefited from similar projects.
Up Okowa! Up Okowa! Your Excellency, we appreciate you.
Whenever the flood comes, it comes on both sides. During rainy season, here is like a swimming pool. I've relocated my business to another direction. But as soon as I saw this, I was just test running with all of my friends and I said, the flood is not going again, so if that's it, let me just bring my business back, and it's really a good improvement over here.
In providing road infrastructure, Governor Ifeanyi Okowa has proven to have a Midas touch, and deservedly, Deltans and other residents in the state gave him the sobriquet, the Roadmaster, an apt accolade suiting his prowess in networking the state with roads. His administration has completed no fewer than 1,980 kilometers of roads with spurs and about that number of kilometers for drains since inception. More are ongoing.
Before now, we have suffered severally on this road over years. But this emergence has brought serious development. We are now connecting the same road to Jakpa Road. It is on this premise that we are saying that we want him to go and replicate same at the federal level.
Since the creation of Delta State, the riverine areas have suffered lack of infrastructures before Okowa changed the narrative. From Ogidigbe, Odeishekiri, Oproza, Okrekokotogula, and other communities deep inside the Atlantic Ocean, the Okowa-led administration has built roads, hospitals, schools, bridges, and markets to put an end to the age-long excuse of difficult terrain. Recently, the novel Ogeye floating market built on the Atlantic Ocean was commissioned for use by the PDP National Chairman, Senator Dr. Iyocha Ayu.
I want to sincerely appreciate you for what you have done for this community, because without building things like this, we can't promote economic development and we can't bring stability. But for this market, those who are fishermen, those who are trading in other commodities can benefit. I'm happy the Delta State government recognized this.
And I'm glad, Mr. Chairman, that finally you've come into our waters. So you see how diverse this place is. So when truly we take over government, so when we are talking about the challenges of the riverine areas, I'm sure that we'll get to understand that it is truly a very difficult terrain. It takes a lot. What may take you 1 billion to do in another state, you may have to spend 5 billion or even more in some parts of this state.
Another key infrastructure that defines Delta State government under the administration of Senator Okowa is the State Secretariat, known as Obi Professor Chike Dozier's Secretariat. Before the completion of the edifice, the government spent billions in annual rent as government offices across the state were in rented properties. Delta public servants say that they are proud of this achievement as they have a better conducive work environment that has improved their output.
I want to thank Governor Ifeanyi Okowa for having put this structure in place, this wonderful edifice. The beauty of this complex cannot be overemphasized. This complex can compete with every civilized structure in all those cities in the world.
This building is like a wow. Anybody passing through Mayor Bangida and anybody that comes to Asaba will not see it and just drive past. You will slow down and take a look at it. The face of Asaba has now improved.
I feel so good to have this in my state. I'm very happy. And apart from this, Okowa is doing a whole lot, especially when it comes to empowering youths. And he's still doing more.
It is worthy of mention that Mariam Babangida Way, where the Secretariat is located, was also impassable and abandoned by previous administration, which attempted to construct the road. But with a strong will and buoyed by his commitment to total transformation of the state with quality infrastructure, Senator Okowa deployed bulldozers to the road. Today, the road is highbrow and houses some top-class hotels and other businesses in Asaba.
The governor is comprehensively delivering on good governance in the state, not only roadmaster. We PDP governors are very proud of our brother and friend Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa for being a very, very accommodating leader. We are also happy that you have named this road after our daughter, our mother, Mariam Babangida, the gift of Delta. So, Excellency, we're very proud of you.
This road is very, very bad before. We are happy seeing this road like this. Can we thank Governor Ifeanyi Okowa for making this road to be this way?
With some months to give way to a successor in May 2023, Governor Okowa has no intention of slowing down in delivering dividends of democracy to the people. His hands have remained firmly on the plow. This is evident as he is working assiduously to deliver more projects. One of such is the Coca Flyover and Interchange Ibuzo Junction on the Benin-Onitsha Highway, which has been completed and recently commissioned by His Excellency Atiku Abubakar, former Vice President and PDP presidential candidate.
This Coca Flyover be a wonderful project in Delta State.
and in Asaba in particular. Dr. Ifeanyi Okowa, since he entered, you can see all his projects all over the states. You cannot take that from him.
We are happy for the new development. It's a very good thing to happen here. After the construction of this flyover, there is totally reduced of traffic. By this time last year, 1 hour you are still in a disco car. But now, 2 minutes, you are off. So we are happy about that.
The health sector also stands tall on the list of Senator Okowa's achievements. The complete overhaul and equipping of Asaba Specialist Hospital cannot be overlooked. His assistance to the Federal Medical Center, a federal government facility, is there for all to see. This is without prejudice to a contributory health insurance scheme with over 1.2 million enrollees. The program offers free Medicare to children 0 to 5 years and pregnant women. While inaugurating the Mother and Child Hospital and the Advanced Diagnostic Center at Owalero, Atiku Abubakar congratulated Deltans for having a governor that has the interest of his people at heart.
Dr. Okowa, who is a medical doctor, convinces me that we will have one of the best health policies in our administration. So let me congratulate Governor Okowa and Delta for these wonderful achievements which I have witnessed today.
Okowa's visits and largesse to flood victims who took refuge in internally displaced persons IDP camps set up by the state government in the wake of the massive flooding recorded in the state and many others across the country between September and November 2022 elicited his compassion, the humanity he espouses, and empathy from a leader.
We are happy because Okowa gave us 250,000 for the women that have newborn babies in their hands. So there again, unexpected, we saw baby bath, blankets, and the money on top. He never leave us right from the very first day we came out to this IDP camp. We eat food 3 times in a day. Okowa is wonderful.
On account of Okowa's stewardship, it is without equivocation that Nigerians are confident that he will bring added value to the presidency if his party, the People's Democratic Party (PDP), wins the 2023 polls.
We know that Atiku don't get a bongo experience as vice president for 8 years. And the man, not be only for government, he can't get knowledge. This man don't get plenty knowledge for private sector. So he know how to handle Nigeria.
Our dear governor has done very well for us. And that's the testimony you are seeing today. The things that we have started here, no state in this country has done it. Delta State is aware of what this country is going through. And they know that the Atiku Okowa ticket is the only ticket that can rescue this nation.
To Okowa, we as a community, we are praying that his ambition to become the vice president of Nigeria becomes realized. Because if it is realized, automatically we know that presence of federal government into this our riverine community will be felt.
Delta has been very peaceful since Governor Okowa came on board. We've not had any crisis. He has made sure that the various ethnic nationalities that make up Delta State are living in harmony with themselves. The unity that we have enjoyed in this state today, of course, Dr. Okowa will carry it to the federal level when they are eventually elected.
The verdict is clear. Senator Dr. Arthur Ifeanyi Okowa has demonstrated that he is a man of the people. As governor, he has flaunted credentials that are strong and carry humongous value that he is taking to the presidency as destiny beckons.
The feedback segment.
This week, we received a message on our Instagram from Collins Umukoro, and it reads, I am not a member of any political party because I don't want to be involved in it, but I am determined to vote. Since I came to Delta State, I have experienced progress in my business, and I know the next governor will continue with Okowa's legacy. That's why I'm eager and ready to vote for PDP.
I want to urge all Deltans and all Nigerians and persons from across the world to continue to watch Smart Delta. They do doing so well. It's a good means of communication of what we do in Delta State. I'm quite excited that they've been getting the information out there. If you want to know a lot about what is going on in governance and development in Delta State, continue to watch Smart Delta. You will definitely be able to get all the information that you require.
Text your questions to 070133778589 or send us a DM to all our social media platforms.
You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where Okowa they do. You better run, come to Delta State. Come and see the good things where Okowa they do. I see your job and work creation in Delta make the youth say them higher. Okowa. I see good roads everywhere in Delta make the people say them cola. Come live in Delta. Say me I say. Come invest in Delta. Come explore the potentials of our state.